Hi everyone, it's Gail. I'm here with yet another completed custom order. This one is a Better Homes and Gardens sewing book, and let's take a look inside. So this sewing book, I believe they're from the 70s. See if I can see. Yeah, 1970. So I've left a couple of the front pages in, and then all the tabs are intact. Once again, the gal who ordered this journal will be getting the pages that were included in this book. I just have a few in each section that are original to the book. So I used Anna Griffin papers in here, and then just a variety of sewing things from my stash, also some vintage items. So we'll go through it here. So I tucked some just coffee dyed paper in this pocket, and I have a little one of the spools. This is from the Artie Mays sewing kit. And then on this side I've made a pocket from a vintage iron-on patch. I had got a couple of bags of vintage sewing stuff from an antique store, and those were in there. And so I've just made a little fabric collage on it, tucked one of Artie Mays's journaling cards in there. Then I had this vintage pattern that it's actually, we'll get to it in just a second, but the inside were these pattern pieces, these directions, and so I cut them up for journaling space, and they're included throughout the book. This is the sleeve or the envelope that the instructions came in. So it was for a Mrs. Sweater pattern, and apparently this pattern came from Missoula, Montana. So and then I've just added a little tab there so that things can be tucked into the envelope. Here's another piece of the pattern paper, and I've just adhered image from a 70s pattern cover on there. So there's that. This pocket, it has a Tracy Fox inspired tag here, and it's got the Anna Griffin paper too. And then on the inside of this pocket I've included a very vintage pattern, and it's complete. It's the pattern inside and the front cover. I was looking to see, sometimes they have copyrights on them, but I don't see one on this one. So anyway, that goes in this pocket here. Lots of sewing in here, obviously, since it's a sewing journal, and so the pocket has been sewn. There's more writing space on that pattern piece. A couple more of the original pages. This little pocket has a tablet inserted in that was made out of Project Life cards and a fabric hinge, and then embellished some, and that just slides right down into that kind of, it really does slide into it. I slid it in back, but it slides into, so it goes right there. And then another pattern piece. This is a copy from a really old sewing book that this was the cover, so I just made a copy of it. This page, this is a replacement pocket that was in that bag of vintage sewing goods. I've just added some trim and tucked a journaling card and a postcard in there. Once again, and this is actually a double pocket, so I kind of put the journaling card in the actual pocket, and then this is tucked behind. And then there's a pocket on the back that I've tucked in this vintage it's a brochure for a Viking sewing machine is what it is, but you can see it's pretty 70s. So that's included in there. Another piece of the pattern paper. This page, if you unhook it, I've got a couple of paper clips. It does fold out multiple times there, but I've just tucked it in and made a pocket. As you can see, I attached a zipper on the edge just as decoration. And then inside the pocket, there's a page of vintage. These are little sewing instructions, or I'm sorry, knitting instructions for baby hats that I've just tucked that little vintage page in there, and then another Artie Mays tag. This is another front from a sewing pattern that I've attached to this pattern piece. Again, a couple of original pages. Ruffle on this page, and attached to the back is one of the embroidered tags that I made not too long ago. Again, some paper for journaling. This page, I've used some vintage snaps that are on a card as a tuck spot for an Artie Mays card. This is just a tag made from extra paper, and a bingo card. Then this side has a pocket, and there's some Tsunami Rose ephemera in there. This one's an extra piece of the paper, and then this Coats thread ad. And again, the pattern paper here. This one has I actually have 3 pages here because it's the fabric dictionary, and I love those pages. Got a half pocket here where I've put some buttons, a card with buttons from Susan, and this is just a little extra journaling spot that I've tucked in there, a coffee dyed receipt. Again, one of the pattern pieces with a 70s pattern on it, and then this one is a pocket. I've made a pocket with a vintage J&P Coats lace band that went around some lace. There's extra paper, there's a journaling card, and there's one of Artie Mays' tags. And then there is a full piece of, this is actually sprayed paper rather than coffee dyed, that I've just tucked into the pocket for extra journaling space. Again, one of the iron-on patch pockets with a fabric collage and an Artie Mays journal card. Then some more of the pattern piece. This is a copy of the back of a Singer sewing machine, an old magazine kind of type thing. And then this side, we've just got a little flash card and an envelope that kind of went with the 70s ladies here. Another couple of pages, and another small pocket with this one. Again, has an Artie Mays journaling card in it, just tucks in there, and the pattern paper, and then I made a little Franken paper with some of the Anna Griffin paper, attached a button tuck on there, and put a little bingo card in there. It kind of picks up the colors of these coat fabrics from animals that are on the other page. Just a little fabric collage on the back, some more pattern paper. Then this is the children's section that has all these beautiful images in it. So I've kept all those in the front there. This is the back of an envelope. I've put a vintage tape measure and some buttons on there. And then the envelope tucks into this little butterfly, and inside is one of my faux front envelopes. And so it opens up and opens up, and there's all sorts of little goodies tucked in there. In the pockets, there's an envelope here, things in the pockets, and then a little index card that's in this front pocket. So that just tucks under the tab and goes back into this envelope. And then the flap tucks down under the butterfly. Pattern paper again. This is a top loading pocket here with the Anna Griffin paper, and I've put in a large tag undecorated for the person who gets this journal to do with as they please. This big tag came from Denise at A Tattered Dream. And then another one of the 70s ladies on the pattern paper. Some of the pages from the original book. Decorated guest check is attached to this page, just clipped on with paper clip. And then on this side, we've got a couple pieces of the paper that were left, an Artie Mays tag, and then this is just a little booklet that can be journaled in with a couple things tucked in the pocket. And that just tucks in there. This is the front of a singer dressmaker guide that I made a photocopy of the front of that. Journaling space on the back of that and on the pattern paper. Another pocket, this one with an alteration, a garment alteration tag in there that once again can be decorated as the recipient wants. It's got some of the hand spun fibers that I just received from Tracy in a Happy Mail. And then back here, there's this Singer Sewing. This is an envelope that had a pattern in it, and I've reinforced a lot of spots with washi tape. It was falling apart, and inside, first of all, it tucks in this little milk bottle top, and then there's a piece of the Anna Griffin paper that I have just showing through the window there, and then it just tucks back under the bottle cap like that. This is just an extra page from the Artie Mays sewing kit. It's all coffee dyed and ready for journaling. Some more journaling space on the pattern. And then at the back here, I just did kind of a sampler of different stitches on my machine. Left all the tags just for fun. And there's a couple pages of the pattern here. And then on the back there is a big pocket. It's got a cluster tuck here that I've put this little tag in. And then there's some extra papers in there. So that is the latest. This one will be going off to its new owner. So I hope you enjoyed looking, and that these 5-ring binders have been fun for you to check out. So on to the next project, and I think my next project will probably be a batch of little golden books. So thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.